Well, good morning, good morning. Monday, 10th of October 2022. The sun is climbing behind the trees and it's time to contemplate, time to think about what we're going to do today, what we're going to get done. Yeah, and it's not just me that's thinking about what am I going to do today. Here's a chap who's thinking as well. He's probably just thinking that he's going to find something to eat. Now, give you an idea of size, that's my finger, yes, in limace. Limace. It's probably time that I took down the cucumber plant and tidied up the bed, but look at that. That might find itself involved in lunch today, perhaps, but I think we can say the cucumbers are finished, although there's still some flour in some of them, some of it. I guess I could do a bit more with the doorway, with the entrance to the salon. Yeah, progress sort of happens, bits do get done. I might do that, might do some of that. Well, in deciding what to do for the day, sometimes it's good to look at the weather forecast. Nothing terrible. We're not going to have bad weather, but we are going to have a certain amount of moisture. So I thought I would quickly do a little bit in the garden today. It's that time of year that this vine desperately needs tidying up. It's not had the attention it deserves, and yeah, it's produced grapes, but you know, nothing, not a fantastic crop, but I think it's time to do some maintenance on the vine, which feeds into the next job that I thought I wanted to get done. I wanted to get it done last year, last week, last month. I think it's time to get some finishing done on that window frame, which will be easier with the vine tidied up. And of course, my assistant, my inspector, he's just checking that the ladder is such. Excuse me, I'm eating a grape. He's just checking to see whether it's safe for me to go up there. And then it started to rain. Wasn't supposed to happen. I checked the weather forecast, and the weather forecast is never wrong, is it? But yeah, rain stopped play. So let's think about what else we can do. Well, the plasterer doesn't work Sundays, but the electrician did come in yesterday and threw a little bit of the first coat of plaster on this wall, a little bit. He hasn't finished. Typical. You can't get workers to do these things. Oh well, Since the plasterer can't cut the grass at the moment, we'll see if he can get some of that done. The job that the plasterer did was just to tidy up the front of the windowsill with some render. The Sable à Enduire, it's a smaller, less gritty sand. It actually goes on quite nicely. The front is going to be plastered. The top, yeah, I think the top is going to be a nice wooden windowsill. And of course, on a job like this, the first layer of plaster uses a lot of plaster. You know, you're taking up all the imperfections in the render and you're filling some hollows, hopefully. So yeah, it tends to use a lot more plaster. The idea is to get a good thick base coat of plaster on, and then hopefully one or possibly two skim coats to finish. Yeah, that's progress. Not a lot, but progress. And probably before the next bit of plastering work, I think I really ought to push some show in there and render that up smoothish with some show. Yeah, that would seem to be the next thing to do.